Now, when it comes to everything happening in hip-hop right now, if you're just as hyped as I am for the new Tyler, the Creator album, and thrilled that real hip-hop is finally back in full force, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. From the moment Clipse kicked things off, and with Tyler and some very special guests ready to take the baton and run with it, we are witnessing one of the most impressive runs rap has seen in years. So, drop a like before we get any deeper into this. Let all the fans of that tired, mid-tier rap see how the real hip-hop side is about to feast. Now, with that said, let's talk about Clipse, Tyler, and Kendrick Lamar, what we're witnessing. From these three isn't just another moment in rap, it's a cultural reset. These artists have pushed the genre further than anyone else in this era, reclaiming rap's rightful place at the top. What's unfolding now feels like a canon event. Between the release of Clipse's masterpiece, Let God Sort Him Out, and the surprise announcement of Tyler's upcoming album, Don't Tap the Glass, it's clear this was all part of a larger plan. It's not just coincidence, it's coordination. We know this because Pusha T hinted that he was aware of Tyler's surprise long before it became public knowledge. Speaking of surprises, beyond Pusha T confirming his appearance on the album, it's looking like Kendrick Lamar will also be featured on the project. But before we dive into how epic that's going to be, let's slow down and appreciate what's really happening right now. Beyond Kendrick's pivotal role in igniting the current shift in hip-hop with GNX, which we all saw as a massive elevation of artistry, the genre is now flourishing. Albums and moments like these are setting a new standard. What Clipse just did with Let God Sort Him Out isn't just about its high-quality production, it's about the demand it exposed. The culture is starving for music like this, from selling 113,000 units in its first week to achieving massive numbers despite leaks, smear campaigns, and industry interference. Clipse thrived. Even with competing album drops from Travis Scott and Justin Bieber, they managed to outperform expectations. In fact, Clipse is already outstreaming Travis. And when it comes to Bieber, the margin is thin, only around 50,000 more units sold, proving that Clipse is competing directly with artists once seen as the biggest in the world. All of this, done independently, shows that Clipse has not just gained respect, they've taken over the conversation in the music industry. It's a new era in hip-hop, one where fans are more excited about their album than Travis Scott's, according to both the charts and first-week sales, excluding bundle counts and marketing tricks. And speaking of those numbers, Clipse also just outsold Lil Wayne, even with a brand new installment of the legendary Carter series. That's not just wild, it's historic. With pure dedication and craftsmanship, Clipse has risen to a level where they're competing closer to Bieber than Wayne or Travis. That's unbelievable. And beyond all the numbers, all the buzz, the true moment that will take this entire album and push it to another level, that's still coming. The culture is already responding. But very soon, something is going to expand the world and ideology behind this project in a major way. And the timing couldn't be better, just 10 days after the album's release. How? Through the one Pusha T called the biggest Clipster of them all, none other than Tyler, the Creator. And with Tyler now in the mix. Now, when we look at the track POV from Let God Sort Him Out and analyze what Tyler did there, it becomes clear that this song is to him what Family Ties was to Kendrick Lamar before Mr. Morale. What I mean is, Tyler's new verse and feature feel like a preview, an artistic teaser for the era that's about to unfold. This verse hints at what his upcoming album will represent, from the confidence, the aggression, and the direct shots like the diss about being sued, which many think is aimed at Playboi Carti, to the lines about heroes letting him down. Tyler is making it clear that he's entering a bold new chapter. He's giving us a glimpse into his mindset, setting the tone for what's to come. Now, looking even further at what Tyler's been doing, especially in tandem with Clipse, we know that Pusha T has already confirmed he's on this album through a public post. Just like when he joined Kendrick Lamar on tour briefly, it seems Push was again close by, appearing with Tyler at his Madison Square Garden show. According to Push, the mystery feature they had been waiting on for the Clipse album turned out to be Tyler himself, and they didn't receive it until just a few months before the album dropped. Push even revealed that Tyler had a studio with him on tour, which explains why he didn't just contribute a single verse. He's been creating an entire body of work while traveling during the biggest tour of his career. Despite all this success, the massive tour, and his role in this shifting rap landscape, Tyler still has plenty to address. This is an era where rap is breaking down and rebuilding itself, and Tyler is placing himself at the center of that reconstruction. When you look at how albums like GNX and Let God Sort Him Out connect thematically and artistically, the pattern becomes clear. Kendrick and Clipse are locked into a version of hip-hop that Pharrell, Jay-Z, and Nas also stand behind, an era where lyrics matter and artists have more creative control than ever. It seems like Chromacopia was an album Tyler needed to release. Like Kendrick's Mr. Morale, it was deeply personal, an exploration of identity, pain, and evolution. But now that he's gotten that chapter out of the way, he's ready to compete again. Just like we saw on POV, he's preparing to drop an album that aligns with the kind of lyrical and cultural impact his peers and idols have recently made. The age of mid-tier rap getting applause is over. The real rap takeover is here. Seeing how closely timed the releases are between Tyler and Push, and how deeply connected they've been behind the scenes, it's clear this isn't just a string of random projects. Tyler wouldn't release something now unless it aligned with the broader movement. He wants Clipse to have their moment, but it's obvious that something much bigger is in motion. So now, considering everything we know about Tyler's new album, Don't Tap the Glass, from the title to the cover art to the early world building, it's clear he's constructing a full artistic universe. And judging by the message embedded in POV, we're starting to understand exactly what this record is going to represent. Going back to the interconnectedness between GNX, Let God Sort Him Out, and Tyler's upcoming release, it's impossible to ignore the pattern. With GNX, Kendrick tapped into a force larger than himself. Drawing from the energy of Tupac, DMX, and Nas, he made it clear, especially in his pre-Super Bowl interview, that he was trying to recapture the feeling he got from the classic rap albums of his youth with Let God Sort Him Out. Push and Malice said they weren't aiming to recreate the sound or style of hip-hop's golden era, but the emotion. They wanted to bring back the vibe of hearing Biggie for the first time, or feeling the raw intensity of Shook Ones. Now, with the imagery and theming Tyler has already revealed, his album cover seems to reference not just 50 Cent, but more directly LL Cool J and even Ludacris. Particularly with the statue imagery, it's fair to say he's walking the same path. Tyler is aiming to recapture the essence, the soul of hip-hop that has been lost in recent years. Just like Kendrick and Clipse, Tyler's nods to the past aren't about copying styles, they're about reigniting feelings. These references are spiritual and emotional touchpoints, not aesthetic imitations. And that's what makes this movement feel so much larger than any one artist. Finally, if we zoom in on the rollout itself, Tyler closed his Chromacopia tour by playing the final song, Find Your Way Home. And right at the end, he casually revealed the name of the new project. As fans exited the arena, they were met with the first visuals from the Don't Tap the Glass campaign, including a massive statue of Tyler out of nowhere. In terms of rollout strategy, this is next level. Tyler isn't just releasing an album, he's launching an era. Well, overall, this surprise rollout is absolutely incredible. To even begin teasing a new project while Tyler is still on tour, that's something we don't usually see. But clearly, there's a reason for it, and a good one at that. Aside from helping Push usher in a new era of rap and keeping momentum high, there's something much more personal at play for Tyler. Now that he's healed, processed, and told his personal story in as much depth as we're ever likely to hear, it seems Tyler is ready to jump into the fun side of rap again, to address some things, call some people out, and show that he's next up after Kendrick. And at this point, that's not even up for debate. And heading into this album, it's already looking like there may be real tension between Tyler and Playboi Carti. I think we're going to get the full story behind that situation, maybe even a direct shot or two, but it doesn't stop there. If I were Kanye, I'd be a little nervous right now. After the personal and artistic shade he threw at Tyler, Tyler made it clear on POV that he's ready to outgrow his heroes, and that line wasn't random. I believe that was foreshadowing. I wouldn't be surprised if this album contains a pretty brutal diss directed at the dot. Then there's Travis Scott. Let's be real, with everything that's happened, it feels like Tyler is finally ready to say what he's been holding back, that he's got a serious issue with Travis. Especially after Travis tried to manipulate chart numbers with bundles to secure the #1 spot over legends like Clipse and Pharrell. No less, Tyler now has all the motivation he needs to show the world what a real superstar looks like. If he does go there, Travis might get completely embarrassed. And here's the thing, even if only half of what we're hearing turns out to be true, we're in for something massive. Tyler's already laid down rules for how this album is being rolled out. And based on those, it seems like we're getting a more flashy, competitive, and sport-like version of him. A version we've never fully seen before. Now, let's talk features. We've seen Tyler play this game before, like when he claimed Chromacopia had no features just to preserve the surprise and avoid ridiculous speculation. So naturally the question is, who's actually going to be on this record? The top pick has to be Kendrick Lamar. All signs point to it. We saw Kendrick stop by the studio during his New York stop on the Grand National Tour, and it's not far-fetched to believe that this was the session that sparked something special with Tyler. If these two lock in for a track, you already know it's going to go crazy, and honestly, if Kendrick doesn't appear on this album, it would be a major surprise. The hints have been stacking up, and it just feels like the timing is too perfect. Pusha T has already all but confirmed he's on this record, and where there's Push, there might also be Malice. If both show up, that's going to be a moment. Add in Pharrell, who's probably involved in some capacity, either on production or vocals, especially considering how much he's collaborated with Tyler and Push lately. And it's clear this album has deep roots. Push and Tyler have been going back and forth publicly, and Clipse have been in the mix too. At this point, we might be looking at the emergence of a new big three: Tyler, Kendrick, and Clipse, all leading the charge in this better, sharper era of hip-hop, and there might be more surprises. Someone like Doechii feels like a very realistic possibility. And don't be shocked if another legend pops up, maybe even Andre 3000, Jay-Z, or someone on that level. With all this in mind, the most exciting part? This album is just days away. We're about to find out how much of this actually happens, but honestly, no matter how it shakes out, one thing is clear: hip-hop is winning right now in a way it hasn't in a long time. The numbers Clipse just put up, they speak volumes. They've not only set a new standard, they're showing the entire culture what real impact looks like. Outperforming Travis Scott, embarrassing Lil Wayne on the charts. That's not just impressive, it's historic. And now, with Tyler the Creator stepping up next, we're about to enter another peak in modern rap. However he decides to move, whatever direction he takes, we're going to get a project that pushes the genre forward. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think of the massive numbers Clipse just posted? What does this mean for the future of hip-hop, especially now that the old guard is getting left behind? And with Tyler's new album incoming, what are your expectations? What do you think it'll sound like? Who do you think will show up on it? Let me know everything in the comments. I'm hyped to see what you all have to say about everything we just broke down. And hey, if you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow so much. Now, if you want to see how, while hip-hop is thriving on one side, others are crashing and burning, especially after both Drake and Nicki Minaj tried to come for Kendrick Lamar and SCA this week. Click on the video that just popped up, because Kendrick and SCA's response, it wasn't drama, it was music. And that's exactly what's turning the game around.